Rabbit farming in Zimbabwe has gained popularity as a viable agricultural venture due to the increasing demand for rabbit meat breeding stock, which is considered a health alternative to traditional livestock. So in today's video, we visited a young farmer who is located in Zimre, who is known as Chicks Rabbitry, who was sharing with us the benefits of rabbit farming, the challenges, as well as the best practices when you want to venture into rabbit farming. So guys, stay tuned. Hello viewers. Welcome to another episode. It's your boy Depot and Rabbitry. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, as well as turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you will be notified. So today, guys, we are in Zimre Park where we are witnessing a young farmer who is doing rabbitry farming. So welcome to the channel. Hi.
Thank you for having me, Mr. D.
So a lot of people would want to know who is Chicks Rabbitry. Yes.
All right. So, like I said, once again, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate you guys taking a tour at our small backyard rabbit, to be precise. So, Chigs is basically my second name. My first name is Tony, so that makes it Tony Chigs in full. So I just took the second name and then I named it after my rabbitry. So basically, that's the background of the name Chicks Rabbitry.
Okay. Oh, so when did you start to venture into a rabbit farming?
I started doing rabbit farming around 2019, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the COVID era, and then that's when I actually started getting serious. But I think initially,
Like, did you start by doing rabbit, or you were doing farming back then?
no, I have a business background.
Oh, you have a business background?
Yes, I'm actually a marketer, degree one. But what happened with farming, which I actually appreciate more about farming more than any other ventures or nature of businesses. Farming is more of a passionate project.
Okay.
Which I think is more crucial, more than actually being learned. Not to say it's not important for you to have the educational side of passion, to have the educational side of farming. But what I've realized most about farming, rabbitry to be precise, is these are things that you can consider to be babies. These are things that will require most of your time. These are things you're gonna see how they grow as you nurture them, as you feed them, and how they respond to whatever you're giving them, what you be giving them, how you be treating them. You know, pari pachivano unonzwa vachiti munhu ane ruoko.
Yes.
This is something which I think I tend to differ every time.
Okay.
Yeah, I just believe kuti chinhu kangochita nemazvo. You know, if you're just passionate about something, you give it adequate attention, you vaccinate. I understand you're into poultry, you do chickens.
Yeah.
Prior this interview, I was asking you about the chicken.
Yes.
You know, you told me about the 10-day vaccination, the 14-day vaccination,
exactly,
which is something that you also need to take off when you're doing chickens. So it means if you're not passionate about doing chickens, like you said, you're not gonna be keen, you know, or rather be attentive to those dates. Because for some reason I wouldn't know why they are so particular about something.
Okay, so why did you choose rabbitry?
Why rabbitry?
Yeah, why rabbitry?
Why
not
rabbit,
chickens?
not
why not pigs? Why not dogs? Why not everything? Why not goats?
Two things involved.
Yes.
First thing, I really dreamed, you know, to be that big guy in terms of farming.
Okay.
To farm my raptor, you know, those D4Ds,
Yes.
GD6, which end up farm.
Yes.
But it's also important to start from where you are, right? So one thing I like most about rabbitry compared to other ventures of livestock rearing is you don't need much.
Okay.
You can always start from
what you have,
what you have. I said this when I started, like in quotations, with the backyard. This is something that I'm actually doing at the back of our yard. Unlike when I would now want to start doing
pigs or
and
goats, you
cows,
need browsing lanes.
Exactly.
Sort of,
So this is why I even advocate this type of projects to the youth, because you don't need much.
So in other words, you can start rabbit on a small piece of land.
Not you can. Because
Okay.
this is what I'm actually doing. So I'm not selling you things that I know. I'm selling you things that I actually do.
Yeah, you are doing it.
Right.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, passion. I like smart things.
Okay.
These are smart creatures. These are very smart creatures. They take care of their own Zega. They need minimum attention during the day, not in particular, because of course you need to monitor your dates as well. But I'm saying with the type of infrastructure that we use, you realize that we use a nipple system, water nipple system. We have good feeders which don't waste food, feed and stuff. So you realize with this type of accessories that we use, you only maybe feed in the morning, and then the next time you're gonna tend to your rabbits will be in the evening, which is something that will save you time, which you can utilize on other things during the day.
So I was surprised, guys. Rabbit farming requires less space compared to larger livestock like goats, sheep, chickens, making them suitable for small-scale farmers. That's why this farmer is doing rabbit farming at the backyard of his.
Okay. So what are the challenges that you faced when you started rabbit farming?
The basic knowledge.
Knowledge. That's number one.
That's number one.
So you learned as you were growing, right?
Rabbitry.
Yeah.
Like I said, you start from where you are, but you can at times, like I said, you can also only know how to swim when you're in the water. So it now becomes important now to sharpen your circles as well. I need to understand this here. So who's the next guy that I can go to? That's how you even manage your own circles. Because that happened often. I've also said before, I would give testimony of how I will always refer tickets to one of my mentors. That I more country by get back.
Okay.
One by get back to Mdara. So it's really at that time I said that I know it's my crossbreeds or hybrids, as some would want to call them. That's the number of my pure breed. So he's the one who actually now start explaining to me, but I want to whether it's so take up. It's with the Sangans and E. This is how we choose the genetics to the level of where we Pandavianas. So you learn every day, but you also learn when you're actually in the proper channels and circles.
So that was only the challenge. So a lot of people have been asking me, can we do this type of rabbitry, keeping special breeds using what they call the colon system? You can build a structure like a chicken house, then you can keep them underground.
It's people usually call that a free range. I've witnessed that system with some white guys close to Mondabdin Day. Yes, you can, and yes, you cannot at the same time. One thing about free range, like you have said, it saves you space and time. But one thing which is important in rabbitry farming is record keeping, management, getting to know what your rabbit is actually feeding on, the quantity.
Yes.
Right. Which is something that you cannot do with free range.
System.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number two, with free range system, you can also not actually be accountable for when your rabbit actually mates and when they're supposed to give birth, which is something that is very important in terms of monitoring your litter size and even knowing the performance of your rabbits. Because you need to understand how a rabbit is actually a good mother, how it takes care of its kids, conditions to be sufficient and whatnot, which is something that will be very difficult for you if you're gonna be doing that type of farming. Yeah.
Okay, so what advice would you give to someone who wants to venture into rabbit farming?
Start.
Yes.
You only know how to swim when you are in the water.
Without even knowledge.
No. Washodatanga kutamba. Unozoita namba yamakanika wane moto.
Okay.
Yeah. Because aumbofakaza kuti radiator yemota iri apa pakanasina moto. But uchibva kutenga moto, you might actually realize maybe first excitement yako ndomukira kwamakanika oda savesa moto yangu iri bohere.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's just important is that wachatanga uchazoenda fantambarani. It's like there's a true school. I don't know gonna school. It's a life principle. Very basic.
So how can someone start what number of rabbits can someone start with?
It depends, but of course, you need to start small and dream big. But I might recommend for a serious commercial farm, other language is 9. I recommend 6 for some reason. Not saying it's written anyway, but for some reason. And I'm talking about those here: 4, 8, 12, 16, 20.
Okay, 4, 4, 4,
You
4,
find where you fit in somewhere there.
Okay.
It's not written somewhere, but it's just my recommendation and something that I've noticed that is more smoother.
So you said the 4, 8 going upwards.
For some
Just
reason.
in 4, 4, 4, 4.
Yeah, it's not recommended, not written anyway. But with the people that I've mentored, which I've helped to go through this journey, it becomes just a bit smooth. Because you realize the times you may make them in 4s, depending with the cycles and what you're actually trying to achieve. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people would ask, how many times can a rabbit give birth per year?
Depends on how well you take care of it, but on average, 5 to 6 times.
5 to 6 times.
Yeah. And one more thing I like about rabbits, why 5 to 6 times? I have this system which I call in month in, month out system. A rabbit will only get pregnant for an average of 1 month, 28, 32 days.
Yes.
Yes. So that's a very good period compared to other livestock. So you're saying it takes 1 month for a rabbit to be pregnant, and then other 4 weeks to 6 weeks for it to be milking the kids. And in the process, you can actually mate the rabbit again whilst it is actually still making the other kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So would you say a rabbit business is a lucrative business? And what types of business models can someone do with rabbit farming?
Like any other business, it depends on how well you do it and how you're actually gonna do it. I can tell you that it's a lucrative business and you not take care of your customers.
Okay.
And then you come back to me with business. Yeah, so like any other business, there are fundamentals: professionalism, accountability, also actually weighing the cost of whatever you're doing, if it's worth it or if it's not. But under normal circumstances, when you look at the cost and the actual pricing of the rabbits, if you do it properly, there, let me say 2 markets of rabbits. Let's say the most common one, the meat market, which is the end goal rather.
Yeah.
You can sell rabbits up to about $7 per kilo, depending with your market, of course. But your initial cost is $2.50 to $3 at most. That's if you do it properly. Exactly. That's the cost. So it not depends. But also, like I said, our charity is not bad. You don't need to approach local restaurants, bargain for better offers.
Yes.
Because like these guys, at times they may not understand. We actually have a problem of people. Let me actually call it a problem. Who really compare, rabbit cost to chicken cost. Those. Yeah, it's not really the same. So people would actually want to buy a rabbit for $3.50. The same they are buying for chicken.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this is something that is actually different. So after doing your course, you also need to, bargain for better offers from different people that should be approaching in terms of market. But under normal circumstances, and to be very frank with you, for me this is not better, way better than doing chickens. Why chickens? Because it's the other next alternative poultry project that I can talk about.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about the meat production side. What about the breeding stock side?
I actually didn't finish. I'm actually realizing now.
Okay.
A rabbit, in that manner, a rabbit matures after 3 months. That's 12 weeks. So you're saying in 12 weeks, a rabbit will be ready for market. Yeah. Now I've ended the. Now moving on to the breeding side. First of all, I don't believe that everyone should be a breeder.
Yes.
But maybe when you're now knowledgeable. I also recommend 2 types of markets in the breeding section.
Okay.
A rabbit being sold as a winner and a rabbit being sold as a ready to breed. I don't like it when rabbits are sold in between. Why? With people that may have failed genetics.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
maybe rabbit will be 8-9 months, and then someone will tell you, this rabbit is 3 kg
Yes.
at 4 months.
4 months.
Can you account for it? That is why I also recommend people to deal with authentic,
like
rabbit,
reputable
yes,
suppliers.
reputable suppliers.
Because I heard someone saying there are a lot of rabbit multipliers than breeders.
Exactly.
Some of them are just
It's also
multipliers.
not just a matter of saying, for example, what we do here, in every batch that comes, we just don't grade which I am a females, I am a chi. We even monitor the growth rate. For example, our last batch with an average of 9 kids, I would group them 4, 5 year.
Yes.
Then not start to monitor the growth. What we do with the males is we put an average after 3 months. We put an average of 3 males in each compartment, and then we try to look at the vicious one. The most vicious male is a good male.
Okay. Okay.
Not to say it's written somewhere, because I know many people will come in class and you, but this has been my own experience.
Okay.
That's how I choose good bugs. Not to say the others are not productive, no, but we're talking about performance. Okay. This is commercial at the end of the day. So if anything, we need to save space, save feed, and move.
Okay. So as of now, how many breeding stock doors do we have?
20 to 40.
20 to 40.
I haven't exceeded 40.
Okay. So how do you deal with a market?
I come classified as a breeder, so I sell strictly winners and ready to breed. I'm rabbits
for breeding stock, right?
Like, so what we do is we have a whole supply chain. We do our license, we have training, we supply cages. This type of nice cages, which is saying we actually do the production here as well. So with most of our clients now, it's a matter of us supplying them with the cages, and then we put whatever rabbits that comes with that cage or that they fit in that cage, and then we do the trainings. That's how we've been moving lately. Not to say that it's mandatory, but most of our clients, they actually prefer it that way. Because so the trainings, we supply the rabbits and we do the cages for them as well. So they just got, like for example, the cages that just come in different pricing, depending depending on how big the size is and how big the cage actually is.
So it means if someone wants to start rabbit farming, everything
full body
from the cages, feeders, what?
Yeah, we have
everything.
We have even all those accessories. Yeah, it's a full buying catering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
All right, so this is some of our winners. So I actually keep after being weaned, I group them. You know, on myself the 5544, depending on what I'm targeting. Like I'm a backstreet, I want to monitor the growth. My offsprings, these are actually booked by someone who's already paid for them. Yes, and then fast forward.
So these winners take this one.
Yeah, I try to group them like that. And then this is where I do our A. It's just a section and don't go change our A. And then this section we're ready to breed those. I'm ready to breed those things. You usually saw them like this. Teach is 10 such at Shandis, it's 6 months.
Okay, six more. Even one.
No, even one, whatever you want. That goes to the budget. And then these winners which I've set aside for my next breeding stock. You group them. So I put in this section. I use this cage for breeders. Mabags anenge akasarira anenda ukuzoda ready to breed. Yeah. And then here we are sampling some chinchillas. So these are mated. Yeah, and then these are small winners. Then this is our nursery. This is a small section of our. This is where they give birth. Like you can see, this is just coming out of the box, still tiny, and then most of it are actually still in the box. And then mostly New Zealand white, and we have a bit of California at the top here, but mostly it's New Zealand white. This is our bag cage. So this mostly the bags that we actually be using here. So we have our own separate cage for that. Yes.
So guys, I'm going to put the contact details of our Chicks Rabbitry in the description, as well as per screen so that you can contact him for breeding stock, rabbit cages, everything about rabbit, as well as rabbit lessons.